This video is brought to you by viewers like you. Consider supporting us on Patreon.
Yo, 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 what the fuck is up, everybody out there on the YouTube source? It's good to be Papa Tikyo, coming to you live from Ikebukuro, Japan land. And yeah, today we're going to be talking about some fun people. Where are we going? Oh yeah, we got to go across the... Hey, I actually have to go this way, so that's good. I forgot I had to go this way. Anyway, yeah, everybody, welcome back to another Tikyo Rants, where yours truly gives you guys another bike ramble and rant on my motorcycle here on Spaghetti 2 days a week here in good old Tokyo, Japan land. And yeah, like always, I want to give a big shout out to today's sponsor, Nakano Shimbashi Guest House. Boom! If you guys need a cheap place to stay that's under $400 a month for your first month in Japan, whether you're moving here or you're traveling here, it's a great place. I've been living there for a year or two now, and it's really cheap. And yeah, if you're interested, send your reservation to the links down below and tell them that Papa Tikyo sent you. And yeah, look at this too. Look at this tiny little bus with its 6 wheels. That's so adorable. And also, yeah, big shout out to NordVPN. Boom. If you guys want to stay safe on the internet while also watching Netflix in different countries, etc., etc., consider signing up for NordVPN with my promo code. Just, you know, there's always a good reason to be safe, and NordVPN's fucking super cheap, and it's very reliable. So yeah, whether you're in China or someplace where you need a VPN, or you just simply want to be safe, yeah, don't forget to check that shit out. And yeah, links down below. And today we're going from Ikebukuro to Nakano Shimbashi, back to my house. We just got done hanging out here in Ikebukuro, filming for my buddy Kid Show Ryuken. And yeah, we're going and gonna go home the good way. I love going on this route, by the way. Like, I love circling around Ikebukuro. Oh, so good. I remember the first fucking TV show I ever liked that was Japanese was called Ikebukuro Westgate Park, and it just shows all the fun places of Ikebukuro. And Ikebukuro is basically like the ghetto area, the ghetto fun area of Tokyo. You know, it's still got a bunch of shit, everything that you need: love hotels, bars, Don Quixote, all the stuff that makes a dirty little slum area, you know, so good. But anyway, yeah, and then question of the day is, did you guys watch my previous video on Simon and Martina? And two, what do you think really happened, you know? I mean, now that we've gotten more information, and it's been a while since I made that video, what's your opinion on what happened to them? And if you don't know who Simon and Martina is, let me ask you some weird ass question, like, what's your favorite fruit? Because I just saw a love hotel called Suika, which is watermelon, and I gotta admit, if I had to pick a favorite fruit, I think I would do, you know, I think I would choose cherry. I like cherry, American cherries, not Japanese cherries. But you know, yeah, I like that. I think cherry is good. And if I have to choose a normal fruit that costs not that expensive, I'd probably say orange. But yeah, anyway, that's the question of the day. And yeah, so let's get into the topic. You know, some people said after I posted that video that Wendy's is... Wow, that's a new Wendy's. Some people said, they're like, oh my god, TkyoSam, like, why are you commenting on other people's drama? This is none of your business, shut up. And actually, that was a very, very small minority of people. A majority of you guys were like, yeah, I really like their shit, and I actually watched your video, and you weren't talking shit in the video. So, yeah, you know, like, you guys gave your opinions on what happened. But, you know, from my point of view, it's like, look, dude, like, if this was, like, somebody who's, like, for example, I don't know. Like, let's say if it's somebody who's just, like, a regular, random, non-media related person, and it's like, hey, you shouldn't be commenting about their personal life. I'm like, yeah, that's completely true. But the thing is that, like, Simon and Martina, they've been vlogging forever. They've been vlogging since before Rachel and Jun, and that's when like Rachel and Jun are when like they really like those kind of vlogs in Asia really started popping, you know, like and it all started with Eat Your Kimchi with Simon and Martina. And so to say like, oh, you don't, you know, this doesn't concern you, walk away, man. That's a bullshit excuse, you know. That's fucking, that's stupid. No, like you put your personal life out there and then you monetize it, and you make us fall in love with you guys. You make us really just care about you, even though we've never met you. And then you break up and you don't really explain why. And of course, like, it's really messy, because then if you explain the exact reason why, then there's going to be very clear sides, and then it's going to be he said, she said, and then there's going to be people trying to, you know, feed the fire of drama and stuff. And yeah, it's nasty. So like, I understand why they didn't want to, why they haven't said exactly why. And I'm not going to try to like request them to say why, but this video is just going to be mostly about speculating about what I think happened. And yeah, if you guys think if you think I'm right or relatively right, write down in the comments. And if you think I'm wrong, yeah, let me know what you think I got wrong. But yeah, you know, like, it's so funny because I had this fucking I had this bout with this Twitch streamer SushiPotatoo the other week, and she's like, I consider myself somewhat of a Twitch streamer. You know, Peter, I consider myself somewhat of a homosexual. I love that meme. But yeah, it's like, you know, what is it? Like, I consider myself a Twitch streamer, and anyway, I mostly just stream me playing video games in Japan. But you know, there was this Twitch streamer named SushiPotatoo, and I made a rant video about her too, and I was nothing but nice and cordial and praising her, and she completely took that video out of context, and she blew up at me. And instead of just having an adult conversation with me, she blasted me on her stream. And you know, so it's like, but she's younger than me. She's like maybe 10 years younger than me, so like, you gotta assume young people are gonna be stupid, right? But Simon and Martina, they're both older than me, you know, so it's like, I'm gonna, I hope that I'm not coming off like emotionally charged and irrational in this video. I want to come off like a cool-headed dude who just has a collected, rational opinion about what possibly happened. Because I'm also a creator in Asia. So anyway, like, last time I made my Simon and Martina video, you know, like, I made that about a couple months before they officially announced that they were splitting up. So, or at least before they announced that they had divorced. I think they had said that they had split up, but they didn't say they had officially divorced or something. And yeah, and then like, but as soon as I released that video, they officially came out and with an announcement that they had been legally divorced. And so first off, what do I think happened? Like, you know, meat and potatoes down to the raw, the brass tacks of it all. What do I think happened? Well, I think Martina. I think she's the one who called it off. I might not be a smart man, Jenny, but I think I'm a relatively good judge of character. And like, I've been watching their videos from the beginning, and you know, relatively from when they started out first. Like, hell, I remember when they posted the video about getting spudgy. Like, that's how long I've been watching their stuff. And you know, over the years, I see that like Martina was, you know, like when they talked about their wedding and stuff, and how Simon had been pursuing her for like a year, you know, like he had first asked her to date him, she said no, but they were still friends, and they hung out, and then he just waited for her to get bored with her current boyfriend, and then he swooped in and got her. And yeah, like, you know, like most women, they realize that like the dude who they're immediately interested in might not be the best guy, and it's the dude who really, like, you know, might not be exactly everything you want, but he's better for you in the long run. So it's like Simon originally wanted her, And so, not the other way around. So that's one reason why I think that she's the one who called up the relationship. And two, it's like Simon was the one who, he wanted to stay in Japan, you know? He wanted to stay in Japan, and I feel like they only moved to Canada because either they were planning on splitting up and he wanted to make the transition easier for Martina, you know, to like kind of like basically let, instead of him taking care of her, let her parents take care of her. And so, or maybe they just decided to split up once they had moved everything to Canada. And, you know, like, this is all just, like, what I've gathered from reading Reddit, and, like, what I saw people talking about on Discord and stuff. And it's just, like, so overall, Simon, you know, he wanted to stay in Asia, and he wanted to be here. Like, he had said multiple times that he wanted to be here for the Olympics. You know, it was a big deal for him to be here for the Olympics. He also said, you know, like, he had, over the years, like, Simon had changed to basically fit Martina's needs, you know, like, he purposely, like, I remember that one video where he started tearing up because he's like, he like, you know, he basically changed his whole body to going to the gym to work out to basically take care of Martina. And, you know, you have this guy who's like a really positive, and like I like it too. Like, you know, when he would, if you guys ever watched his live streams when he was doing the Drink Your Potions channel just to play Final Fantasy, you know, like Simon likes to drop F-bombs, and he's more of a real dude when you see him on live streams. But anyway, I mean, like, the whole point is like I always feel like in a relationship there's either one or the other. Like, there's always one person who loves the other person more versus like vice versa or whatever, right? And I have a feeling that like Simon loved the shit out of Martina, and you know, when they broke up, like, Martina did not lose weight, you know. She looked like she was like she looked like every other relationship, because I've been in relationships too, well, mostly in Asia, right? But it's like the relationships I've been in have been like, you know, like the only ones where, like, there's been ones where I just broke up with a person and I felt nothing, you know, and then there's the relationships where you know, like, where they broke up with me, and, you know, the ones where I got broken up with were the ones where I was invested the most, you know, where I cared about that person the most. It was never like I got broken up with and I didn't really mind it, you know, like, you know, oh, we're broken up, okay, no, like, whenever I broke up with somebody, it was devastating, you know, I was so sad. And seeing Simon 50 plus pounds lighter than he was before, just a skinny guy, like, I could tell that is not like, oh, I'm holistic now, I've got a six-pack. That is like, I am depressed, the one person I loved in the world said they don't love me anymore. Oh my God, like, I'm not going to eat. I'm going to drink like one Coca-Cola a day and that's it. Like, that is not happy, I've changed my life, weight loss. And, yeah, you know, like, I don't know, I always felt like Martina wore the pants in that relationship. I'm sorry, Simon, but I always felt like she wore the pants in that relationship. She made the big decisions, you know? Like, when they wanted to get an animal, it was like both of the times it was her. You know, when they wanted to move to Japan, I think it was more her than Simon. You know, and of course I'm biased too, you know, because I'm a dude. But it's just like, again, this is all speculation. But, you know, as soon as they move to Canada, you know, they're trying to be nice about this and be civil. And then, like, you see that they made a Eat Your Kimchi Discord, and fucking, like, Simon made it, I think, originally, and then Martina joins, and then all these people are just kind of bashing her in the Discord, and there wasn't a lot of moderation going on, and, like, Simon wasn't really stepping in to be like, hey guys, that's not cool. And then Martina made like a post being like, oh my God, I don't feel safe in this Discord anymore, I need to make my own, I need to branch off and make my own brand and everything now. And I guess, you know, like, people had been asking for a part 2 to this rant, as like an update, and I had been hesitating just because I didn't really, there was nothing really sparking me to do this. But I saw on Instagram today, I don't know when she posted it, probably recently, but I saw on Instagram today, like, Martina's like, I think I'm going to be going back to Japan. I still have a lot of unfinished business there. And it's just funny, because it's like, you see Simon, it looks like he's out with friends, like, he's finally, I don't think he's over the relationship, but he's at least moving forward. He's got, like, he's got his own circle of friends that are totally supporting him and getting his back, and he's joined all these weird hippie movements or something. And he started like a podcast. I didn't listen to it, but he started a podcast on Patreon with some chick. I'm guessing that's his new side piece or main piece or whatever. And again, good for him, man. Like, each time I got my heart broken, I always rebounded with somebody immediately, and the sex was always really fucking good. So I can totally understand where he's going with this, but. And you buckle down, you try to find happiness other places. Like, you don't see Martina buying any new animals, you don't see her talking about going out with friends and doing stuff, it seems like she's very much just kind of staying in her own stuff, doing whatever, and and of course she has her disability, right? So it's like, of course she can't go out easily or whatever, but and, like, I'm guessing that's kind of what happened, It's just, like, eventually she was just crabby all the time because of her fucking disability. And Simon, he might have said something like, just like, fuck this or whatever. And she's like, you know what, I don't want this anymore. Blah, 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 blah. And he's like, you know what, I think I don't want this either. And, it's just sad because, like, Simon adopted, like, what? Like, they still have memers, right? But he adopted a golden retriever, and then he has like another dog that I guess he's fostering or whatever. But it's like she's in a basement somewhere, I'm guessing, again, like living with her parents or whatever, so they can take care of her. And Simon's in this upscale fucking like rental apartment that looks really nice. Like, I can tell he looks like he's just living it. He doesn't care, he's just living it. He's like, fuck this, like, I'm going full bore with this stuff, And, it makes me kind of sad, though, because it's like, in one way, I'm really happy that both of them are moving on. But at the same time, to think that, ultimately, I'd love for Simon and his new girlfriend or whatever to come back to Japan, Fuck it. Eat your kimchi part 2, Darth Rocky edition, whatever Simon's new nickname wants to be. Like, I feel like, like Simon said that he had gotten in 3 car accidents since coming back to Canada. And again, like, that's somebody who's not mentally there, getting in trouble, like, getting hit. Like, he got hit I think 2 car accidents happened in the same place, like, relatively in the same area of town. And it's like, dude, like I get it, man. You're depressed. You're not 100% mentally there. You want to feel something, even if it's pain. I'm not saying that he intentionally got into a car accident, but when you're heartbroken, you're not paying that much attention. And aside from just like breaking up a relationship, like, you're breaking up a brand too. You're breaking up a business. Like, there's no going back. Like, how do you work out everything from there? Do you split it 50-50? Do you? Like, what about the pets? Do you keep custody of the pets? Like, like, how do you move forward with that stuff? That's such like an adult fucking thing to have to deal with, and it's, I don't know, I can just imagine how hard that is for them, and it's just, I don't know, I'm just, goddamn, like, that is some adult bullshit that you gotta deal with, and they're dealing with it, And I'm just thinking, it's like, okay, so you guys are back in Canada, you're officially split up. Martina has her own separate King Corgi Instagram. They're both sharing the regular Instagram. They're both sharing their YouTube channel still. But it's like, like, what happens at this point, Like, what do you do? What do you do? Like, how do you react to this? Like, you know, how do you move forward? Like, you know, the one great thing about divorce is that, like, if you don't have any kids or anything, like, you can just stop seeing each other. And I remember Simon and Martina said a long time ago, they were like, we don't want kids. Like, you know, and it makes sense. Like, I don't remember the exact reasons, but I'm guessing it's because those guys have really full lives. And if you, like, you know, when you have a kid, your kid's life becomes your life. You know, you're legally obligated to that little fucker. And so, you know, your whole schedule revolves around raising that person. And I could tell that those guys, you know, both of them don't want any of that, you know. I get that. So, So I get that. I get where they're coming from with that. But, you know, they have this business now. They have this online social media account. Like, you know, what are they going to do? Like, you know, the whole account isn't really about their content. It, like, you know, it was, but it's first about them, second about their content. And, you know, we loved the fact that they were so, like, you know, like, they couldn't have done this by themselves. You know, like, it was their combination of those two being together and, like, their charisma and energy on the camera that made it so appealing for everyone else, you know? And it's like, what's going to happen now? Like, Martina moves back to Japan and she's like, hey, this is great or whatever. You know, maybe, like, hooks up with a Japanese guy, marries him, you know, or something. Like, what's going to happen, you know? It's like, God, it's so weird because it's like since they've shared their journey, like, we know all this stuff that they've been through. Or, I mean, like, not everything, but we know a big portion of that. Like, you know, like, I remember, like opening up a studio in Korea, opening up a cafe in Korea, like, having that show where they would rent a car and go to different places in Korea. You know, all their assistants that they had in Korea, that time that their friend got hit by a drunk driver, and they did a GoFundMe for them. The time fucking Simon made the Drink Your Potions channel, and it got like in the first day it got like 40,000 plus subscribers just because people were like, fuck yeah, man, Final Fantasy 15, yeah. And like I remember, like, I fucking, like, during the live streams, if you guys ever want to talk to a big YouTuber, the best thing to do is donate during a live stream, because they'll read it out. And I wish I had saved that clip, but I remember I asked Simon, and I was like, hey, remember when you guys were in Korea and that politician, like, you guys got harassed by Korean people because you asked Korean politicians to be quiet outside of your place, and then, like, everyone got all pissed off, like, yeah, dude. And he was like, yeah, I couldn't talk about that for the longest time, but now that I'm not in Korea, yeah, fuck that guy and fuck that situation. That was bullshit. I didn't do anything wrong. And I'm like, yeah, man, let it out. I knew it. I knew you were cool, you know? And, like, that was fun. Like, that's a good memory of them. That, like, yeah, we didn't talk, you know, we didn't message, but, like, that was him reacting to my thing. And I was like, yeah, that's cool. And I always wanted to know that. And he answered it, yeah. And I always thought it was funny how, like, when my sushi GoPro video went viral, I don't remember if they condemned it or not. I don't think they condemned it. At least I don't remember. But, you know, I remember the day after that video went viral, they went and ate sushi. They did a live stream. They hadn't done any IRL live streams up until that point. And they did an IRL live stream of them just sitting down or standing at a sushi cafe or like a sushi bar near their house and eating sushi. And I just shaking my fucking head, being like, there's tons of Japanese people in the background where you can see their fucking face. And, like, you know, and I get the shit. I get the newspapers coming after me. I get the Japanese people freaking out. I got all the white knights getting angry at me. And it's like, meanwhile, big Simon and Martina do the same thing, and, like, no consequence. And it's like, well, yeah, you know. Well, yeah, like, they have a lot of people that like them, and you don't. So, you know, a lot of people don't know who you are, so they don't care. I'm like, okay, yeah, I get you. And it's like, it wasn't my intention to make this video just to bash Martina. Like overall, like, people are people, you know? Like, you know, there's, like, bad people, and then there's, like, Hitler. I don't think Martina's a Hitler, and I think that she has her own struggles and stuff, especially over disability. But I don't know. I see Simon as some kind of person that I've met before, where I side with him with it, like, you know, during this whole fucking situation. And you know, I remember people even bitched about me talking about like an issue with my friend. You know, like at the end of that video, I talked about how a friend of mine who had an issue with me, instead of just telling me, he, you know, he had been on my videos a lot, and instead of confronting me about having an issue with me, he purposely went out of his way to make friends with people who had publicly talked shit about me before, and he basically ghosted me, you know. And you know, the funny thing is like I've gotten back in touch with that guy recently, and we're on talking terms, and I realized at that time, you know, like, I hadn't talked to that guy for like a whole year, you know. And it's funny because all these people that had befriended him, just that hated me, they befriended him just to get shit on, or dirt on me. And then once they found out that he was like really depressed and that he wouldn't take any of their advice, most of those people ditched him. And so what did he do? He came back to me, you know. He was like, oh shit, I miss Sam building me up and all the attention I got for doing nothing, of just being Sam's friend. And you know, I saw that, and I was just like, you know, nah, dude, like I understand you were depressed and everything, and like, you know, looking back on it now, like, depressed people are, you know, they're depressed, you know, like, you can't expect them to be logical, dignified, nice people, you know. And you know, I remember I was talking to my older friend, who's kind of been like a mentor to me since I moved to Japan, and he's like, hey man, you know, sometimes, you know, depressed people, the number one thing that depressed people hate are people that want to try to help them, because depressed people don't want to be helped. They just want people to hang out with and just chill. They don't want to be judged, and they don't want to have to change. Like, they don't want to be like, you know, yeah. And so, like, it makes sense, instead of just saying like, hey, you know, Tikyo, I got to spend some time away from you. You're just too positive. Like, I don't want to change. I'm depressed. It's just like, nah, instead of saying that directly, let's just go be friends with these guys who hate me. Just so then Tikyo gets the point, and then maybe he'll leave me alone. And I'm never going to forget what he did. And I'm not going to forgive him for what he did. But at the same time, he's been a friend for a while, you know, over 10 years. And even though I don't really forgive him, I want to be able to reach out to him still. And you know, I feel like if anything, Simon and Martina have shown us that it's like, look, dude, like, life doesn't always go as planned, but at least these two had a somewhat, at least from what it comes off as, a somewhat amicable breakup. And yeah, there's still two people that, you know, I only want the best for them. I only want the best shit for them. So, you know, that's all I got to say about the Simon and Martina thing. I'm pretty sure that's all I got to say. Do me a favor, guys. If you like this video, make sure to smash that like button and hit that subscribe button and subscribe bell to get notified next time a new video of mine comes out. And then also, if you haven't watched, for some reason, if you didn't watch the first video I did on this, then wait for the last 20 seconds of the video, and I'll link it to that, and you guys can watch it and tell me what you think. But anyway, I'm Papa Tikyo. This has been Tikyo Rants. You guys stay black, and I'll talk to you later. Yeah, buddy.